Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant. We're gonna continue our run of Rogue Trader. In the previous episode we had a battle here against some heretics, some cultists. We had to kill a demon, I think it was like a pink horror it was called. We looted the place. I don't think we picked up anything of interest, right? We picked up this helmet, which I don't think we're gonna be using. And we are about to explore the rest of the area, see if there's anything of interest. And then I'm gonna go back to the ship, heal Argente's traumas, and advance her quest. Sororitas boots. The weather raises momentum to 175. What? Oh. Whenever they kill 5 enemies in a row in one turn. I mean, it's not impossible for Argenta to do this, but it is very unlikely. So I'm not gonna equip it. But it is a cool item.
None shall
Nothing
stand
in here.
my way.
There's some loot over there as well. Oh, it's actually only this small area. Okay, I thought there was gonna be more.
To the stars.
Okay, so in that case, we will make our way into the Void Ship Bridge. We're gonna heal the traumas, we're gonna talk to Argenta to advance the quest, and see where it leads us. We might also make a quick pit stop by Hieronymus Doloroso to see if he needs to know about this. I'm not sure if the quest says it or not. Let's see. So this is a stray. No, it just says meet Argenta on the ship. This is new. Where the shadows are deepest of all. Part of the Shadow Quarters, the poorest asteroid in Footfall, has been placed under quarantine. The authorities suspect an outbreak of disease or an infestation of parasites. It is vital to keep an eye on any potential threat. The local inhabitants or the Liege of Footfall can provide more information. Okay. So yeah, we did find... We did find the quarantine zone. It seems to me like these guys are bugged out. To the surprise of absolutely no one, right? Yeah, this area here, the quarantine. So I am gonna go back to the Void Bridge. We still have an area to explore around here, which is the bar. But I'll go there after we heal up and talk to Argenta. I can also talk to Opticon 22. Who is also on Void Dock Alpha Row. Because we did get some more profit factor. I wonder if we can purchase some new items. It is a little bit... it's not inconsistent, the word I'm looking for. But the ways you get profit factor seem to be kind of random, basically. So it's
Victory awaits.
It's weird to know when you're gonna get more profit factor to play with. Let me see. We are at 22. So nothing. We can get nothing. Our next thing is gonna be at 23. This manual grants the owner plus 2 times toughness bonus to Medicae. Okay, also grants movement points after using a medkit. That's cool. That's quite cool. Okay, so let's do what I was planning on doing. We're gonna learn some more about Argenta's backstory, I believe. She had a run-in with those cultists before. We're gonna try and see if we can figure out when, where, and why.
Greetings.
Even in stillness, Sister Argenta radiates energy. With her dark eyes shining and a slight blush to her cheeks, she is reciting a prayer, and looks at you only once she has spoken the final line. I'm waiting for you to tell me about your past and to explain the strange words of that cultist on Footfall.
Yes, I'm ready. I would ask only one thing of you, Rogue Trader. If I may, I would like to see the chamber of the Sacred Warrant. and kneel before the relic touched by the Emperor himself. A difficult conversation lies ahead of us, and I wish to pray by the relic before I lay my soul bare.
Of course, let us go there right away. She nods gratefully. Kind of a strange request, right? What does the warrant have to do with anything? But I'll oblige. Argenta drops to her knees, her hands making the sign of the Aquila. Her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature on the warrant, a seemingly mundane thing, merely a flourish on a piece of paper, unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. So this is the two-headed eagle sigil that signifies the Imperium. Oh, come on, this is not voiced? If thou seest a flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest a fall of mine, burn me with flames of fury and righteousness. But if thou seest a light in me, grace me. If thou hearest this plea of mine, bless me with wrath of fury and of righteousness. And I love this. Argenta's voice is sonorous, as if made for singing hymns and prayers, but right now she cannot seem to catch her breath, so overwhelmed with emotion she is. For I breathe by the will of thine, for I live by the law of thine. I carry thy word, O Emperor, I bring solace to servants of thine, and ruin to foes of thine, a fate of terror and righteousness. Upon finishing, she closes her eyes and remains silent for a long time with her head raised high. Slowly, like the first licks of a flame in a campfire, a smile blossoms on her lips. When Argenta finally opens her eyes, they are alight with uncanny resolution. Rogue Trader, we need to talk. Or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth. The truth about how I ended up on Theodora von Valencius' ship, and about the cultist we encountered on Footfall. I'm listening. Please understand, I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story, and you'll see why. Argenta pauses. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. Upon arriving in the Expanse and on Footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. I wasn't needed. The reliquary I had been assigned to safeguard was already well protected by Reverend Hieronymus' mission, and no one was even trying to defile it. For all its lawlessness, Footfall respects the worship of the Emperor. That was when Lady Theodora, head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will, in a way. Argenta falters, searching for the words. It was from her that I learned about the planet recently discovered by her scouts, Salus Prime. For a rogue trader, the planet was of little interest, a feral world away from convenient warp routes. But for me, learning about its existence was a revelation. I've never even heard of such a planet. Does it belong to the von Valencius dynasty? Yes, now the planet is yours by right, but it's not as simple as that. The warp route leading to it was lost. I will explain in due time. May I continue? Sure, continue. The description of Salus Prime was familiar to me. It seemed very similar to a world from an ancient legend. The legend of Saint Argenta and her ship. Her voice grows reverent. Argenta, the living saint. She is my patroness. The order named me after her. She died millennia ago when heretics caused her ship to fall from the skies. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes on her holy relic, the One Star. For the fallen ship, which now served as the resting place for the saint's remains, would only allow the truly righteous to enter. All others would meet their death. Imagine what I felt when this flash of insight came upon me. The world where Saint Argenta's ship fell was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts, and suddenly I, myself named after the saint, come across this information. I realized at that moment that it was important, that I must journey to the planet and find the ship. And so I asked Reverend Hieronymus to let me go for a time on a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodora's ship and demanded passage to the newly discovered planet Salus Prime. Why did you keep your supposition from Reverend Hieronymus? Surely he could have helped you with the search for the ship or the saint's remains. I couldn't just come out and tell him. It was a portent revealed to me personally, can't you see? I told Reverend Hieronymus the honest truth, that I was going on personal pilgrimage to embolden my spirit. It really was a pilgrimage. It was as if Saint Argenta herself has shown me the way, commanding me to undertake this trial. If I found the ship and set foot on its decks, if I had laid my hand on the remains and the relic, it would have been a sign that I truly had been blessed with the Saint's favor. If you were the only one... You were dealing with once the planet that was described to be considered as yours and no one else's. Okay. That's understandable. Searching for your destiny, for your place in the world is a special matter, a personal one. You either succeed at it or you don't. Argenta looks at you somewhat surprised. I thought that I had been called, that finding the ship was my destiny, my place in the world. Perhaps. Perhaps there is something to that. I imagine Theodora was thrilled with the prospect. Lady Theodora lent her assistance. It was her intention to visit the newly discovered world, and she took me with her. You mentioned something called the One Star. What is it? Apologies. I got so carried away I forgot to explain. The One Star is the relic kept by Saint Argenta. I belong to the Order Pronatus, and we attach particular significance to holy relics. The One Star is one of the lost relics of the past, so mysterious that no one even knows what it is exactly. Argenta's hagiography at times calls it a banner, or a set of armor, or a blessed chainsword. One thing is certain, it was a beacon of righteousness, and it was lost with Argenta's death. Okay, what happened next? Defeat, Argenta says bitterly. The ship's augurs failed to detect anything of note during orbital scanning. I was expecting this, though. According to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim guided by a pure heart can find it. What I didn't expect was an ambush waiting for us on the planet. I landed there with a small unit provided by Theodora. I know Saint Argenta's hagiography by heart. I know all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues, the descriptions of mountains and rivers from millennia-old tales, and I was certain that I had found the way to the ship. And that's when we were attacked. The words we heard in the heretics' shrine on footfall, something about ways, doors, please addressed to some lord, the edge of daybreak. Argenta is shaking with disgust. They were the same words as those spoken by the cultists who attacked us on Salus Prime. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people I had led to search for the relic. It was only by a miracle that I didn't perish along with them. I didn't connect these events at first. The cultists on footfall, the cultists on Salus Prime, the cultists attacking the ship and Conrad's betrayal. What if these are all links in the same chain? What if they've long since infiltrated the ranks of the Von Valence's servants? What if I led those heretics to the sacred planet with my search? No need to blame yourself. If the heretics really had wormed their way into the Von Valence's ranks by then, they would have found the planet even without you going there. I doubt it. No one except me was particularly interested in the planet. Conrad, on the other hand, he sympathized with me when I first came aboard, he helped arrange an audit with Theodora, and supported me in my efforts to visit the planet. I never told him plainly why I wanted to go there, but I imagine that vulture must have figured out that it was something important, something related to the holy fate of the Imperium, and what could delight a heretic more than defiling a relic? Well, sadly the only one who might have all the answers, Conrad, escaped. Oh yes, and I sincerely hope that we will meet him again. That serpent needs to answer a few questions, before he is plunged into cleansing flame. So how did you manage to escape from the cultists? Argenta hangs her head. Theodora's people received a distress call, came to my rescue and brought me aboard the ship. I barely remember what happened. When they arrived, I was already severely wounded, fighting back with whatever remained of my strength. I think I shouted that we had to go after them, but they didn't listen. They took me to the shuttle and pulled out. After that, it's all blackness. When I came to, we were already in the middle of a warp jump. Theodora had urgent matters to take care of, and she decided she could clear out the planet at a later time. And that's why you didn't trust me before, correct? Yes, Rogue Trader. Argenta looks you in the eye. I saw with my own eyes how a member of your family showed his true colors as a servant of the arch-enemy. I had already suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of cultists and was afraid of another betrayal. I couldn't be forthright with you, and so I studied you, looking for seeds of corruption or the light of righteousness. And what did you find? a man who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultists on footfall. Argenta smiles, as if reminiscing about a pleasant evening spent in the company of friends rather than a bloody battle. Although my opinion of you started to change even before then, back when you agreed to talk to the orphans at my request. A leader who's willing to honor those who laid down their lives for them and take care of their children is a leader who inspires trust. And the way you acted in that moment... Do you remember? There was a young man whose grief and confusion had driven him to insolence. You didn't turn a blind eye to his misdeed, but you chose the right words to show him the path to redemption. It was harsh, but necessary, like the Emperor's truth, like bitter medicine that helps the sick. I learned much about you in that moment, Rogue Trader, and I want to believe that I wasn't mistaken in my judgment. Good choices on my part, good. So, just to clarify, you were wounded, so you never found Saint Argenta's ship, is that right? Yes, I rushed to Theodora the moment I could walk again, and I insisted on going back to Salus Prime to defend the relic from the heretics. But I was told that the warp had destroyed the old route to the planet, and that plotting a new one would take a great deal of time and effort. As if there could be anything more important than protecting the faith and hunting down servants of the arch-enemy. In any event, the route was lost, and all knowledge of it died in the attack of the ship, along with the old navigator. But now we have a new lead. The data that we collected from in the cultist shrine on Footfall. I don't care what that reprobate we executed said. There must be a way to track them down. Tell me, Rogue Trader, will you help me in this undertaking? Will you help me find this great relic and return it to the people of the Imperium? Okay, so there's a lot of decent options here. This is true, this is true, this is true, and this is true. I guess I'll go for this one. If the accursed Final Dawn is involved again, it is my duty to help you. That cult must be reduced to ashes throughout the entire Cronus expanse. Argenta walks up and places her hand on your shoulder. So be it, Rogue Trader. As I stand here before the warrant, the embodiment of the Emperor's will marked by his own hand, I vow that I will not relent until the holy relic has been returned and the heretics punished. And may the light be with us both on this path. Man, I love Argenta. These characters are really well done. This entire lore of Warhammer 40k in this game is being really good. Really good. Okay, so how are we standing on the quest? No. No. This is the quarantine, so I think I completed the quest. Yeah. Argenta has shared critical secret information with the Lord Captain. Now a way must be found to the unknown planet. Okay. Let's go back to Footfall. And we're gonna go into the Shadow Quarters. Because we still have not explored the bar area. And apparently that's also where that Cinder's gang had some kind of, I don't know, secret hideout or something like that. And I want to find that out. There. I really am liking the game a lot. It's an absolute shame that the game has a lot of bugs. It is a problem for sure, but I am liking it a lot. The story is really good. Okay. So, wait, the Martyr's endurance. No, I want to go to the bar.
Follow my lead.
Okay, maybe it is a different area. Okay. Just checking for hidden stuff. Nothing. Before you is a compartment of a massive void ship adapted into a living space. From inside the building, the clinking of glasses and numerous voices can be heard. Okay. Ah, okay. Adeptus Amasecus, so it's the same thing, I imagine. Let's check out the bar. So what did it say? The turn can be seen from the entrance to the Adeptus. Okay. Some kind of turn.
A new challenge for me?
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Okay, so first of all, Cassia is saying, my, this place has so many colors. Every shade I can imagine is floating in the air. Under the floor, you can see the remains of the void ship's life support system. It seems that whoever dismantled the vessel decided just to leave it in place.
None shall
I guess this is just
stand
for
in
some
my
random
way.
experience. Yeah. Goods. We cannot go down.
Do you see that?
Goods. Nice. Okay, so is this the bar? This entire area? Suspicious prowler, but we cannot do anything there. Medicae. Ah,
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Error.
damn
Making
it.
adjustments.
Poorly washed plates plastered with remnants of unsightly food. Is Pascal really the one with the most Medicae? Huh. Interesting. Okay. I thought I had more than other people, but I guess not.
It's about time.
These are thugs. Hey, what are you doing? Eavesdropping? This looks like a potential fight.
Follow my lead.
Oh, cutscene. Drunk patron? Okay, a suicidal patron. Oh, by the throne, that's him, isn't it? The poor sap who got his tongue cut out by the Anvers. That's the one. I think he was from the Casbolica. Well, his troubles are over now. Oh, okay.
Victory awaits.
I've read about this.
Did we? Yes. The upholstery on the dirty sofa moves slightly. A soft hissing can be distinctly heard from the depths of the furniture.
None
kind of
shall
animal?
stand
I'm
in
still
my
new
way.
to the art of exploring.
A master-crafted power maul. It's a one-handed weapon that seems to be similar to the two-handed hammer, right? 11 to 17 and 40 penetration versus 10 to 17 with 35% penetration. Honestly? Well, the Thunder Hammer still has a much wider area for Thunder Slam. I'm kind of considering swapping my Officer's Chainsword, although it gives me more parry, which I like. I'll keep it like this.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Well, let's find out if this is a battle or not. Let's just rearrange my stuff here. Okay. Why is Pascal in the front? That's wrong. I want it like this. No, like this. Yes, I think, yeah. No? No fight?
I'll lay claim to the stars.
No fight. Not trapped? Really?
What a shameful
Come on, man.
failure.
Thank you. Riza, let's bring all of our people up to the front. The woman looks to be in her 40s and she is surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusky skin, while her left eye emits a greenish light filtered through the smudged lens of her prosthesis. Of her prosthesis? prosthesis. Her arms are tattooed all the way from the base of her shoulder to her knuckles. Oh, she has a portrait. Looking for something specific? You're buying or oh, a trader! Or maybe selling. Don't be shy, just ask. Old Reason knows all kind of folks. My boys will fetch you anything your heart desires. And who are these boys you work with? Riza lowers her booming, raspy voice. You heard about how the Clipper Saint Cognacious got hit recently. The cargo was cleaned out. Everything of value taken. Well, that was my boy's handiwork. We call ourselves the Fellowship of the Void, an association of enterprising like-minded people who help the upstanding citizens of the Imperium rid themselves of the possessions that are weighing them down. You notice Abelard's face twist in disgust. It would seem he has a rather strong opinion on the individuals to whom Riza refers as the Fellowship of the Void. Pirates, in other words. Riza plasters a shocked expression on her face. Please, no need to be so crude. Your esteemed self no doubt is aware that Hieronymus preaches that asceticism is a virtue, and that only by rejecting material wealth can we ascend in faith. Yeah, that's true, but you're twisting his words. Well, I couldn't agree more. We are merely helping the servants of the Imperium to be a little more like Hieronymus and taking a small commission for our trouble. What kind of goods are you willing to buy? Tech is always the best. If it's broke, no sweat. We'll fix it or take it apart. And if you score something so nasty that your fussy everyday traders won't even look at it, fear not. Just bring it on over. Leave it to me and my boys to find the right buyer. The handling of sacred technology by laypersons uninitiated in the Omniscience priesthood is a Category 8 blasphemy. Incriminating evidence of profane acts perpetrated by the unit named Old Riza has been recorded for use in future judicial proceedings. Thank you, Pascal. She chuckles darkly. Do you mean to threaten me, Tech Priest? Well then, I'll keep a record of this conversation too. I wonder which of us will feel the harsh hand of justice first. Will it be me, standing in chains before your brethren, or you, standing in an airlock before my boys? Grandpa Bakval says hello. Okay. I'm gonna quick save. Oh, I think this was the guy we helped in the prison planetoid. Okay, so yeah, Grandpa Bakval says hello. Riza's face breaks into a broad smile. That old rascal! I thought it croaked in the mines a long time ago. But old man Bakval's still alive and kicking, you say? Me and him have been through a lot of interesting scrapes together, and oh, all the weird and wonderful things we've acquired. Bakval wouldn't send his regards along with just anyone. You must have done him a good turn, and because of that, old Riza's gonna give you a special discount. So, she gives us a 5% discount on reputation. So I guess we get more reputation when trading stuff in. What they offer? Oh yeah, medkits, gimme. A serrated greatsword. On a critical hit, this sword inflicts +1 stack of the laceration effect. For each stack of laceration, all attacks of this sword against the same target deal +10% damage. It's nothing very super special. This is not a weapon. Bayonet knife. When the wielder attacks with any ranged weapon at a 1 cell range, the attack also inflicts bleeding. Cool. And it does say over there 4. So all this stuff is not for us yet. Right? This is very high profit factor that we don't have yet. And she has a lot of cool stuff. Carnage. I won't look at it. I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I'm not gonna bother
A new challenge for
increasing my reputation if I cannot buy anything just yet. Logic.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
The menu system of the Adeptus Amasacus looks eerily similar to the design of the internal scan of the fuel compartment. Someone has inserted new data into the void ship's cogitator left over from ancient times. Leftovers of pitiful food are stuck to the sides of the plates. There's a guy over here that's named. I want to see if the map shows him. It actually doesn't. So, Gordey Skatov. The flabby man in worn clothes is sighing sadly over a glass of murky booze. Only when he looks up at you do you notice his eyes, large, piercing, and full of sorrow, a stark contrast to his unkempt appearance. Could it be that someone actually wishes to keep me company? Allow me to introduce myself, Gordey Skatov, architectural historian. You look deeply despondent over something. What happened? Gordey sighs heavily. Here I go again, pouring my heart out to have you disappear in 10 minutes just like everyone else before you. But alright, here is the story of Gordey Skatov, the unluckiest historian in the Imperium. I was born 2 sectors away from here. My family was quite influential, which allowed me to dedicate myself to my great passion, the history of Imperium architecture. I spent a number of years studying every scholarly work there was to find on this art, and then, once I had inherited my family's fortune, I traveled and documented the development of architectural thought on different worlds. Until one day, oh that accursed and blessed day, until one day I came into possession of something quite special. Gordey pulls what looks like a book or an album with a homemade leather cover out of his bag. Both the pages and the binding look well worn. Here it is, My Undoing. This is an authentic booklet titled Dwayne's Design, one of the thousands that were printed centuries ago in the times of Footfall's construction. What a curious read. Please tell us more. Yeah, she likes books. As Cassie takes a shy step forward, Gordey smiles and shows her some of her faded pages. Footfall's founder, Lord Parsimus, was obsessed with his creation's grand future. This booklet describes in detail what Footfall was meant to become upon its completion. Dozens of asteroids turned into glorious palaces and temples, massive bridges spanning the void itself, and the marvelous flying buttresses, the archivolts of the exterior arches, the elegant arrangement of balusters. And the interior, polyphorous 10 stories tall and more than a kilometer long, Cyclopean light tubes that catch the light of furibundas and use it to brighten the holes in the hearts of the asteroids, stained glass windows and mosaics, bas-reliefs and statues. Engrossed in his own description, Gordey stands up and starts tracing the outlines of arches and galleries with his hand. Idira blinks sleepily, barely suppresses a yawn and starts looking around with a bored expression. Keep listening. Emerging from his reverie, he catches himself, blushes slightly, and loudly flops back onto his seat. I apologize, I got carried away. But you must understand how deep an impression this booklet left on me when my young self picked it up. I simply couldn't think about anything other than Footfall. I was ready to give my life just to see this incredible station. And of course, no matter how hard my friends and loved ones tried to dissuade me, I still gathered all my savings and set out on a journey. It is no easy feat to cross 2 sectors, especially for a common citizen, albeit one who has some resources at his disposal. I had to change one ship after another, at times being forced to stay on transfer worlds waiting for a vessel headed in the right direction or for warp disturbances to subside. The voyage took me a total of 107 years, in real space-time of course. For me it was much less than that, somewhere in the neighboring of 30 or 35. And then, after all those years, having spent all my savings, I reached my dream. And what did I see? A dump in place of the exquisite portico. Metal anthills clinging to the columns. The marble tiles pilfered by paupers to use as cladding for their hovels. Gordey hangs his head. It's been a dozen years since I came here and I still haven't recovered from the shock. I had suspected that not everything from the booklet would exist in reality, but I never expected to see Footfall in such a sorry state. It is like stumbling upon the horrible, decomposing corpse of your beautiful beloved. Argenta's gaze darkens. The warp, like a shameless thief, is guilty of stealing the short span allotted to his servants. But what sense is there in spending half your life on such an enterprise, only to then lose your spirit and waste the remaining half on nothing at all? So then ink and paper too can lie and cause pain, Cassius sighs sadly. Does this mean that all I have ever read about will one day disappoint me with the ugliness of reality? But you're an architectural historian. Is what happened to Footfall not part of its history? Gordey strokes his goatee in thought. Yes. Footfall's current appearance, slums fused together with the remains of majestic palaces is a unique phenomenon. It would be curious to observe if other places have taken after it, thereby solidifying it as a new style of architecture, or if it still remains a local oddity. My word, you certainly know how to provide an unexpected perspective on things. Be that as it may, I just wanted to say, thank you for hearing me out. Over the dozen years I have spent on Footfall, not one person has hung around long enough to listen to my story to the end. It's such a delight to have shared everything that's been weighing on my mind. I'm poor as a church mouse, but I still have something to offer you as a token of my appreciation. After studying the booklet thoroughly, I discovered something interesting. A ciphered message scattered throughout its pages. Taking the form of a riddle, it described certain places of interest on Footfall. Ooh. I believe it is the work of the booklet's creators. What if these riddles lead to something? A wondrous discovery. I will gladly share what I've been able to learn with you. Riddles? A flash of burning, almost childish curiosity brightens Cassia's austere countenance. Have you not tried to make this wondrous discovery for yourself? I have, of course. But I'm an old man who is blind in one eye and can barely move his legs. I never found anything, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to find. Tell me about the places these riddles lead to. The first location from the riddles isn't far from here. It's a bridge that was supposed to go from through the center of this district and into the void toward the neighboring asteroid. Only a couple of its spans were built, and even those lie in ruins. Still, if the cache survived after all those years, it is there somewhere. So a bridge somewhere. Half built. The destroyed bridge in the Shadow Quarters may contain a cache left by the builders of Footfall. Cool. The second location is the Lantern of the Great Cathedral. A lantern is a small tower on top of a dome. You've seen Footfall's atrium, haven't you? The whole atrium is just the nave of the former little cathedral. The Legion's entire so-called palace would have fit inside what was meant to be naught but a single room. The Great Cathedral, had it been built, would have been even bigger. But alas, its construction was just getting underway when the Wayne died and the work stopped. The lantern from its dome, however, had already been built and survived. It was brought inside the atrium and dubbed the Chapel of St. Drusus the Warrior. Okay. And that's all I know. I wish you luck in your search. I must take my leave. Good luck to you. Okay, cool. So, is this a quest or just a rumor? A marauded void station in Langrid's Belt, according to numerous testimonies, serving as a base for a band of pirates who aren't above doing deals with Xeno. Okay. Lost in the void, Footfall is still waiting for news from an ancient ark known as the Wasteland Wayfarer, which set off for distant stars in search of new worlds. The vessel's last astropathic message supposedly came from the Cineras Maleficum. Xenos on the rampage. There are whispers of Footfall about Xenos, those cursed enemies of humanity, carrying out raids on inhabited worlds and ruthlessly destroying Imperial outposts. Cache in the world bridge. Okay, so we know about this one. Footfall's Great Cathedral was never built. The turret that would have crowned its colossal dome is now located in the atrium, where it serves as the Chapel of St. Drusus. There may be an ancient cache inside it. Okay, cool.
Victory awaits.
A treasure hunt. Carouse.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
The decanter used to contain a cheap amasac, which, for the sake of attractiveness, has obviously been enriched with a deodorizing agent.
It's about time.
Goods. Now, I wonder if the place I went with Riza was the turn that was mentioned in that particular leaflet we picked up from the... Damn it. From the cultists or the gang members. Or if it's something that I missed entirely. Yeah, but it should be here, right? I'm guessing this area? Mention the location. Apparently it's near the Adeptus Amasacus. The turn-off is visible from the bar's entrance. Yeah, we still haven't gone there then. What else do we have here? Barkeeper. Or bartender or whatever. Talk to me.
I'll lay claim to the
Octaviana! It's Octavia! Okay. Oh, she has a portrait as well. The burly woman with the wealth of fiery hair is in the process of tinkering with some unknown device that is clinking melodiously. She has a rough-looking implant in place of her lower jaw. As you approach, the implant begins to move, as if independently of the rest of her face. Welcome to the Adeptus Amasecus, sir. What can Octaviana get you? Amasec? Low? Something more interesting? Octaviana freezes in place. It can't be. Are you Sister Argenta? The Sister Argenta? The one who has the worst scum on footfall shaking in their boots? The whole station is talking about you. And here you are in the flesh in our humble Amasecus. Argenta stops Octaviana's torrent of adoration with a calm gesture. No more. I seek retribution against transgressors, not glory for myself. Despite her words, you catch a glint in Argenta's eyes. You can tell she is enjoying this enraptured attention. Hehe. What is this place? You're in the oldest watering hole on footfall, sir. The Adeptus Amasecus is the only Adeptus one can find on footfall, she laughs hoarsely. I'm Octaviana. I serve drinks, lend an ear, and, if it comes down to it, quiet the rowdy ones. She sizes you up carefully. I just want to mention this because I've been looking at it and I'm thinking about it. The portraits in this game have been done very, very well. I love them a lot. Folks usually come to the Amasecus for either pleasure or business. Might I ask what's brought you here? It's been one thing after another lately. I figured I was due for some time. For some me time. Give me a splash of the local hooch, would you? I have business here. Where better to do business than footfall, am I right? Business is the only thing keeping this melting pot going. If this wasn't the best place to make deals, footfall would have been stripped clean long before now, one asteroid at a time. Octaviana leans forward. Sitting at this bar often puts folks in a talkative mood, and I don't see anybody paying me to keep quiet. Visits from eminent individuals like yourself boost the status of my establishment, so I can repay you by sharing what I've overheard. Some of it might help you out on your dealings. Okay. So, no doubt you've picked up a lot of local knowledge working in a place like this. Do you know anything about the Anver's gang? She gives you a searching look, then answers in a lowered voice. Maybe. Maybe I do know something. But let's not shout about it to the whole bar, alright? I'll be here long after you walk out of this bar, and the Anvers respect no agreements, laws, or other gangs. You look at them the wrong way, and you're dead. Anyway, to the point. Those Anvers are scum among scum, the most unhinged goons you can find on footfall, and even other unhinged goons want nothing to do with them. They have no hierarchy, no territory, nothing. Only a nameless leader who most of the Anvers haven't seen once. This leader sends them leaflets with inspiring messages. Followers are recruited by other followers. The leech try to bring them into line, but it's like this. You clear out one group, and in the meantime, 5 more spring up elsewhere. Like I said, no one knows who their leader is or where this leader operates from, but here's what I've noticed. The most recent Anver leaflets, the ones so fresh you can smell the ink off them, always show up in the same area on the big slum asteroid. Let me show you where it is real quick. She uses a drop of liquor to draw a basic map right on the bar. Right around here. I'm positive they're printing their little poems somewhere in this area. Okay, that's interesting. Odd name, the Adeptus Amasecus, not very reverent. Octaviana chuckles. What makes you say that? Do you know where you're standing? On the deck of the Martyr's Endurance, a sacred vessel that once belonged to the Adeptus Administratum. 100 years ago, the bureaucrats sent a mission here to establish a department, set up some kind of record keeping, overhaul footfall, and make everything here follow a billion laws to the letter. As you can see, it was the Martyr's Endurance and its inhabitants that got overhauled in the end. I don't know what happened to them, but the locals like to come here to make deals and count their money like before, in this temple of the Imperium's accountants. Over there, you can see even the signs been preserved, partially. A great place, and the new name fits perfectly. You like it? I'm flattered. It's not often we get important visitors here, and it's even less often that they'll really appreciate this place. Okay, so how are things here on footfall? Haven't been to our fine station for a while, have you, sir? As per usual, there's never a dull moment. Either someone's getting shot in a square, or some rich guy's going on a safari to hunt commoners in the shadow quarters. Sure, the Liege makes sure that the local shenanigans don't get in the way of business on the station, but what happens on the outskirts adds a little spice to our lives. We make do, but the real trouble is, with every passing day, it gets harder to find grub. I heard that some horrors are happening in the void outside Furibundas, that not all ships are making it here, and the Liege's old patrons don't seem to be in a hurry to help. It's taking a toll on Vladaim's authority, and if this authority wobbles too hard, we'll have plenty of people lining up to take his place. Okay, well, give me the latest. This one might interest you. A tale I heard from a tipsy void born from a cargo barge. They exited the warp halfway between Furibundas and the Aviora system and came upon a shuttle wreck adrift. The shuttle was registered to the inevitability of Triumph, a merchant ship that disappeared decades ago. She was bound for Footfall, her cargo holds brimming with valuable goods, but she never made it. If anything at all survived the shipwreck, it would be quite a lucky find. Here's another tidbit for you. Some poor sot was here bawling about how his crew tossed out a whole shipment of cargo along with the trash, and it was his fault somehow. He hid the fact, and once they docked at Footfall, he immediately went on the run. No surprise there. Had they discovered this blunder, he would have been executed. I don't know what sort of cargo it was, but the ship he served on usually goes between Footfall and Winterscale's realm. She passes the 100 Dreams crossroads and Langren's belt. If you happen by that area, you might want to look for whatever that idiot chucked overboard. So we're just getting rumors, basically. That will do for now. Okay, so it's been one thing after another lately. I figured I was due for some me time. Give me a splash of the local hooch, should you? Octaviana looks at you closely, then takes a bottle from a shelf and uncorks it. The transparent, pungent-smelling liquid quickly fills the glass that sits between you. Pascal's respirator hisses quietly, and he says it in an insinuating tone. The alchemical composition of this substance is known to me, but never before have I come across such an unusual application. An exquisite path of martyrdom in honor of the Omnissiah. Okay. Let's take a good look at it. Okay, good. The glass contains a liquid that is clearly made from spent promethium, so fuel. This is moonshine, virtually unfiltered, that quickly blows the drinker off their feet and, when imbibed regularly, turns their liver into a bubbling sponge. Is this your attempt to poison me? Octaviana raises her brows. Pardon me, but you were the one who asked for the local hooch. It's the best home brew you can get from the tech riffraff on the lower asteroids. Locally produced, high-octane number. Footfall's got no greenhouses or fruit orchards, sir. The people here get by with what they have. Let's try and drink it. Damn it, how much? Once inside your mouth, the drink seems to turn to acid. The liquid sticks to the lining of your throat and tries to burn right through it. You cough violently, covering your burning mouth, leaving a few drops of blood on your sleeve. Damn. Octaviana looks at you in worry. Throne have mercy, are you alright, sir? You shouldn't have ordered the octane blend. I've got something else set aside for folks with a more refined palate. Octaviana grabs a dusty, unopened bottle from under the bar and a clean glass. The amber liquid splashes against the crystal walls as she adds in a couple of black pebbles. The soft, spicy aroma tickles your nostrils. Drink? The amasac warms your throat pleasantly. You can make out a hint of spice, the flavor of an oak barrel, and a distinct earthly aroma. You feel a little more at peace, and you reach the bottom of the glass sooner than you like. Give me something strong. Octaviana shows you an empty bottle and makes a helpless gesture. I'm sorry, sir. This was the last bottle of that year. What can I say? We're all feeling the brunt of Footfall's shipment problems. Okay, well, I'll be going. Octaviana bows her head slightly. Until next time, sir. Man, that was a lot of stuff. So we picked up the Inevitable Triumph. Decades ago, a ship called Inevitable Triumph went missing on course for Footfall. A shuttle from that ship has been discovered not far from the Aviora system. Alright, and dumped cargo. A careless officer sent a valuable piece of cargo from a ship into the rubbish chute. The cargo may have been jettisoned somewhere in the 100 Dreams Crossroads or Langren's Belt. Alrighty.
I won't tolerate weakness.
So where does this turn? I feel like I've seen everything, so it should be here. This guy killed himself. I feel like I might be missing
lead.
something. But at the same time, there's nothing else on the map. So
new challenge for
maybe
me?
not. Okay. Well, in that case, we will be going back to where we came from. And we are going to search for those clues. And one of them is in the Shadow Quarters, as we know. I don't exactly know which bridge he was referring to. And I also have to talk with Hieronymus to report that we killed the cultists. It's also important we do that. Okay. So I gotta read this again. No, not these. The destroyed bridge in the Shadow Quarters. I haven't gone there yet, really? Interesting. This is destroyed, but
Victory awaits.
it's not the bridge, I don't think. Also not there. Okay, so let's explore this area. We haven't been there yet, apparently.
It's about time.
Oh. Wait, is this the bridge? The small nook in the stone is empty apart from dust and a few scraps of paper. There is evidence that the cache once had a small door covering it and a locking mechanism. Note from the bridge cache. The crumpled note only has this small fragment of text left. You are on the right path, Seeker. The other caches... Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got one. There's a rat. We have
I'll
guards
lay
and a
claim to
worker
the
here.
stars.
Worthless scum. Who do you think you are, Laos? We didn't touch anything. We haven't taken a thing. Okay.
None shall stand in my way.
Poor guy. This is in the quarantine zone, I believe. Yeah. So the other one is in the former lantern, which is in the atrium. Okay,
A
let's
new
go there.
challenge for me?
It's also a treasure hunt, and I like it. Okay, so atrium. And after we're done with this and speaking with Hieronymus, I think our next objective is going to be to speak with the Liege in the palace. As I believe we've taken care of the other side objectives here. Come on, loading. I wonder if these loadings are so long because there's so many people in the... Oh, in here they're not bugged.
I won't tolerate
Okay,
weakness.
interesting. So, we're looking for the Chapel of St. Drusus. So it should be close by to Hieronymus. So it's gonna be like a 2-in-1.
Victory awaits.
Let's talk to him first then. The Emperor protects. Oh. Your request has been fulfilled. The cultist den in the Shadow Quarters has been cleared out. Nice. Oh, nice as well. Actually, this is quite low. A grim smile brightens his features and he makes the sign of the Aquila. I hope that their suffering was commensurate with their deeds. Is it true that the pirate Dens Ballardo was your parishioner and that he endowed the Druzins with donations? It is. Over the course of his life, the reprobate had burdened his soul with many vile and egregious acts. His confessions were akin to a grand catechism listing humankind's immanent vices and enormities. It was all the more painful for him to realize that, of all the heinous acts he had committed, not one had been forgotten by the Emperor. Dens Ballardo was afraid of death and that which would await him after. He hoped to atone for his misdeeds, yearned to convince, if not the Emperor, then himself, at least, that he had been more than a conscious speck of malignant mold this entire life. Everyone deserves a chance of redemption. And it is true for miscreants above all others. The greater the transgression, the more miraculous and wondrous the repentance. I would like to take a look at what the followers of Saint Drusus have to offer me. So... wait. Have I not seen this yet? Huh. Oh, no, I did. Elite Chainsword would be a nice purchase, actually. 21 profit factor. Oh, 5,000, dude. What the hell? Okay, let me see what I have. They love holy gifts and jewelry. Okay, so... let's see. Jewelry. I can't scroll. Why can't I scroll? Ugh. Okay, so jewelry. Holy gifts. Huh? What's happening? What is happening? Why can't I click this? Huh? Oh, I have to click. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. What is this? Why can't I Why can't I click this? What? But it... I am very confused right now. What the hell? That was just bugged out. Okay, that was just bugged out. So again, I want jewelry. And now I can scroll again. Okay. Holy gifts. I wish this was ordered by name or something. Jewelry. Holy gifts. Jewelry. That's 2,400. It's not even that much. Ship components is our next bet. Where is it? Ship components. Man, why can't this be ordered? It's so... Ugh. Something so simple. And it wasn't done. Uniform kit. 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay, so take all that. And Armor kits are also worth something, so armor, 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 armor. That's 1000. I need 800 more, basically. So armor, 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 armor. 30 more. Miscellaneous, sure. No, let's, yeah, sure. Whatever. Give me that. Give me that. Man, but it requires so much. It's so much. This one has the Emperor's Wrath. I'm curious about this one as well. Okay, my friend, so be happy with this. That's a big upgrade. Big upgrade. It deals even more damage than the two-handed hammer. Okay, cool. So we have spoken to him.
Follow my lead.
And where is this hidden cache? I'm not seeing it. Chapel of Saint Drusus. I thought it was here. Oh, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Come on.
I'll lay claim
Give it to me.
the stars.
Damn it, not here. This is the crematorium, never mind.
A new challenge for me.
Oh, come on, I wanted to find it in this episode. Where is the chapel? Ta-na-na-na. Where is the chapel? Ta-na-na-na. Medicaid. Oh! There's a Medicaid station here? And goods. Because I think Medicaid stations should be able to heal us of traumas. Like pretty flowers overgrown with weeds, the halls of Footfall's former palaces and temples have been overrun by the shabby houses of the present-day inhabitants. Wait, more Xenos? But I saved them already. I'm not gonna waste any more profit factor on this.
None shall stand in my way.
You're back, that's wonderful. Okay, I will leave this for later. It might take a long time. Is this it?
It's about time.
No. Dang it. I will try this like one more time and I'm gonna leave.
Follow my lead.
Gunsmith's Guild. Oh, oh! Yes! Note from the Lantern Cache. Sorry, I got excited. Note from the Lantern Cache. You are on the right path, Seeker. Remember the place. Small quay, large windows. Small quay? I don't even know what a quay is. I will have to look it up. Large windows. Dreams and Stories, new quest. Look for a cache by the windows in Dock Alpha Row. The hint mentions a small quay and large windows. That sounds like part of Footfall's Void Dock Alpha Row. Okay, cool. I like treasure hunts. I'm gonna park my characters here because I want to speak with this guy again.
I won't tolerate weakness.
In the next episode. So, this will be it for now, my friends. As always, I want to thank you all for being here with me in the channel, watching some Rogue Trader. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything like that, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos are coming out soon, and it is also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe, everyone.